What's up, everybody? So great news. I've been vlogging daily for 1 week. Kinda can't believe it. It seems like not that long, but also it seems like a lot has happened. It's so exciting that it's all documented. Can't imagine what it would be like if I'd been doing this for a year, or when I'm doing this 2 years from now. How much of my life, of my experiences, will be referenceable like that? Not more meaningful, but to a certain degree, something similar, some type of emotion that's similar to meaning. Because one thing that I've noticed along with making this vlog is that I've invested more into my life for the purpose of creating compelling content. I've gained added value. I've gained greater experience. So it's been a very interesting experiment so far. I don't have any real plans of stopping or slowing down. What that all comes back to, what this whole picture comes down to, is thank you from the bottom of my heart for following along, for watching, for your comments, for the likes, for the subscriptions. It's all so exciting to me. I've met new people because of this vlog. I have done things that I haven't done in a great time. I had a project to carry me through a really trying time in my life. That this camera, this lens has given me constant companion, and that's really powerful. You guys are that power. I almost can't express what that means. So I have a little bit of footage left over from yesterday that when I was editing today's vlog last night, I ended up with something like 30 minutes of usable footage. And you know, I know that watch time is one thing, but that's just too long. You know, I know there's a particular daily vlogger that has 20-minute content, and that's just not my style. I like keeping the story and the narrative moving, and cutting it in between 8 and 10 minutes I think is a real sweet spot. The reason I'm showing footage from yesterday is because I'm really pleased with the story. You know, I was going to meet the guys to skate a little bit and to film and to fix my skateboard, which now is working like a charm. And I took a wrong turn, and that wrong turn brought me down memory lane. As cheesy as that sounds, I know it's super cheesy, but it was, because you'll see when I stopped the time lapse, I was right at the foot of the place where my journey in skateboarding really genuinely began. I'm gonna show that now. And I hope you guys watch. I hope you enjoy something that I want to tell you guys about, because you guys are here to listen, and that means the world. Thank you. So here's a funny story. You just came down this street with me. This is actually the first place I remember actually riding a legit skateboard. So this right here was an old school skate shop. I don't even know what it was called, but this was the first place that I actually ever got like a real pro skateboard. It was a Rob Rosscott 3, I think. It was the Breakout series. The one that I got was green, and it had the hand coming down from the bullseye. I think the monster was like bright pink color or something. It was kind of like a turquoise and pink kind of thing. So this is a bit of a historic skate spot out here in Coral Springs. This is a place called the Black Building. Some people used to call it the Vader Building. That was a little bit of a younger crew than I. But this was the shop. So you could totally see all the stuff. They had counters with trucks and everything. Long since gone. handrails are both skated. Over here, this was my personal favorite spot because it was one of the first like legit things that I could do that I saw other people doing that seemed a little bit cool. So, I mean, I'm pretty much the reason there's a sign there. And this is just a regular loading dock, but you used to start down there, down the hall, and come out this way, kind of ollie off. I remember for a while I was able to ollie up the thing. There's kind of this angled wheelchair ramp here that was fun to roll on. You can see where a bunch of people better than I were doing wall rides off the loading dock down to the flat. And there's also a really fun downhill here. I think like 4 or 5 years into us skating it, they put up this automatic door to keep us out. And then down this way down the end of the block here, is where we spent most of our time BSing, hanging out in the shade. So this was really like the main area of the black building that we used to skate. Been quite a few different things. So for a while there it was like a fancy Italian restaurant. There's this little underground area where people used to park their Ferraris and stuff. This was where I skated when things got really technical, like in the later 90s, probably like 94, 95. So this was the main hangout spot for the black building. This is the long wax curb right here. It used to go much longer. They've buffed it and, you know, re-waxed it and buffed it a whole bunch of times. There's these 2 wax curbs on either side. It has a slight downhill slope. It was easy to maintain speed. You can see that these are probably still being skated, although it's really rounded as hell, but still pretty whack. I never saw anything in this space. Maybe it was part of the dining room. I'm not quite sure. I guess they could probably see us. There's this long curb here. Nobody really skated it. I mean, some kids that I used to know used to be able to actually grind the whole curve. That wasn't really my thing. And then this was where security used to come and spy on us from. So they'd come to kick us out. When they'd send the cops would pull up on this side. We would all dip out this way. None of us had cars, so we would just kind of scatter. Sometimes head over to that little mall right there. So this was the place, you know, this place right here where I came and picked up that first skateboard right down the aisle right here. I remember looking in the window and going inside and talking to the guys that worked there. They all seemed super cool. And the skateboards were all like hanging on the wall. So I picked out the one that I wanted and I asked the guy like how much that was. And he's like, you know, 40 bucks. I think back then they were around that price for just the deck. So I went home and I told my mom, like, all excited, oh, the skateboard that I want, it's like $40. And we came up here with an old, I think it was a Veriflex, like a Volterra that I had. And when we got the deck down off the wall and got it gripped, the trucks that I had, like on the old skateboard I was trying to take off, didn't fit. They were like toy trucks compared to like what was a legit skateboard. And my mom totally let me pick out wheels, trucks, got me good bearings, rails. And back then, you know, the whole boards were kitted out with like rails and tail guards and nose guards and copers. I think I got like trackers and those cool white copers. So anyway, it went from like a $40 investment to like $110. And my mom, she totally played it off. She was like really cool with it and really good to me. And you know, she was totally working 2 jobs, you know, night job, day job at this hotel. And now I appreciate what a sacrifice that was. Like back then, 120 bucks was like probably like $250 today. So, Mom, thank you so much for doing that. You know, I don't know if I ever really expressed how much that day meant to me, but coming back here, I totally am just 100% appreciative. That was a major turning point in my life. Like after my grandfather passed away and we moved down here and I didn't have any friends, like that skateboard opened up the world that became my teenage years. So thanks, Mom. I love you so much.